Oh, you do not. We'll go live when you come up. Well, she's already going live.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
As you travel down the road to the Gold Ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Summer job, babysitting money, graduation gifts. Sounds like it's time to open a free student checking account with Communication Federal Credit Union. It's made for teens and tweens. Open your new account and get a free Visa debit card for secure shopping power online or in stores. Plus, mom and dad can transfer money in and manage it all from the app. Go to comfedcu.org for details. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Hill Spring Church in Sand Springs, we'd like to invite you to join us for one of our worship services, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at the Charles Page High School Auditorium.
You can worship with us online at our website, hillspring.tv, our YouTube channel, or on Facebook Live.
We offer exciting programs for kids of all ages and a fun family atmosphere where it's easy to connect and find a place to belong.
Join us this Sunday. We'll save you a seat.
Hill Spring Church, making a difference together.
For a lot of people with a fear of their credit score and wanting a new or used car loan, this is the last place that one wants to be. Well, at Western Sun Federal Credit Union, a marginal credit score doesn't necessarily mean no. In fact, they have a terrific record of getting members approved, and all it requires is this. Give Western Sun a look for low rates and a fast response. I doubt you'll be disappointed. WSFCU.com.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oak.
Basketball fans to the 59th Tournament of Champions right here on the BOK premises. This is an incredible facility for an incredible girls game. It's a 4 o'clock girls game. It's the number 1 4A girls. Lincoln Christian Lady Bulldogs come in with a record of 5-1. They'll be taking on the number 3 Class A Quinton Savages, come in with a record of 7-2. Lincoln comes in with a vision of maybe winning this tournament. They've been here 4 years in a row and have won it once before. Came up a little short last year, but this is a battle of the Titans. We've had some great games today, and we'll talk about them as we go throughout. But today, I get to share the microphone with the great Todd Miller. Todd, welcome.
Well, you've already said one false statement calling me great, Doug, but thank you very much. Looking forward to this. I always like these tournaments, holiday tournaments, because they always feature David against Goliath. You have a small school in Quinton, a much larger school in Lincoln Christian, get about heads. And you said these two actually got together last year in somewhat of an unexpected matchup, and hopefully this one's a little bit better.
Yeah, it was unexpected. It was one of those deals where both teams needed a game late in the year, and in fact, it was in February. Brad Davis, the head coach, he's in his third year. He's 55-14. He grew up in Quinton and played at Red Oak his senior year. He won a state championship as a player at Red Oak, and then played college ball at Eastern and Northeastern State University. But the way it worked out last year, they came to Lincoln, and the Bulldogs prevailed 61-34. So this will be the second all-time matchup between these two squads.
Tell you what, kudos to Quinton. They have an open day. They probably could have gone out and found somebody they could have beaten 40 or 50 points. In the end, Doug, that does you no good. That does not help you when you get into the postseason and find out what it takes to be a championship caliber program. So kudos to them, not only for this matchup last year, but having the opportunity to be here at one of the most prestigious tournaments in the region.
And you mentioned it. It did help them. They've qualified for state the last 2 years, losing to Sealing. How about that name in Class A girls basketball? They've won 7 of the last 9. But they lost to Sealing in the first time 2 years ago, and then last year in the semifinals, which just happened to be the farthest the Quinton Savages have ever gone in the state tournament. They have qualified 5 total times. The school has one state championship. That was in 2006. It was in cheer, and they've got a couple state academic championships.
One of the things that sticks out to me is in terms of this matchup is both have relatively young rosters. Both have only 3 seniors on the respective rosters, a lot of juniors, a lot of underclassmen. So the future is not only upon us for both Quinton and Lincoln Christian, but certainly the future is bright too.
Bright, yes it is. And how about Maddie Stewart? She'll lead the way for the Lincoln Christian Lady Bulldogs. Her mom's the head coach. How about these numbers? In the last 2.5 years, this squad is 49-17. They've got 2 state tournament runner-ups to eventual champion Bethany, who has just really been something the last few years. But Melody Stewart in her 21st year all-time, her 11th at Lincoln, 175 wins and only 91 losses in her tenure at Lincoln Christian. But again, Maddie Stewart leading the way at 18.3. Also keep your eye on Audrey Hopkins, the Missouri State commit. Averages 9.5, and then on the flip side, you've got a player spotlight in Bailey Purdom. Bailey comes in averaging 15 points per game, and Todd, she's got a sister, Alexis Purdom, number 22, averages 13.8.
You think those two have had some battles on the driveway growing up, and probably still they do. I want to give kudos to Melody Stewart at Lincoln Christian because it is hard to get to the summit. It's even harder to stay there when you're one of the huntees. And she's done a great job. You mentioned 4 years of remarkable consistency here in the Tulsa area.
I asked her, I said, remember the first time you got invited to this? And she said, oh, yeah, so excited. And here they are for a 4th. So we'll get ready to pause. It looks like we're going to have the national anthem, and we'll be right back after that.
No matter what comes our way, we'll always put you first. You're more than a patient. You're someone we care about. And we're working hard every day to keep you safe and continue to give you the best care so you can feel comfortable here. Not because Stillwater Medical is a healthcare provider, but because we're your provider. And we're ready to see you and serve you right here at home.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access. Whether you're at home or on the go, Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
The future comes fast, which is why it's important to start planning for tomorrow, today. So whether you're setting aside money for something special or just safeguarding it against a rainy day, at Gateway, we've got competitive rates on a full suite of savings products. So consider us your gateway to earning money on your money. Open a high-yield savings account with an annual percentage yield of 3.5%. Visit gatewayfirst.com. Gateway First Bank, member FDIC.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods.
It's Wilson, the head man for Tulsa Public Schools, the head athletic director, and seen him all over the place today. So here's their starting lineup. Aaliyah Daniels, she's a junior. 8.2, she averages 2 steals a game. That's also number 3 coming in, Jayla King. She's a junior. 6 rebounds a game, 2 steals per game. She does it all for them. Number 22, Alexis Purdom, junior, 13.8. Also number 13, Malia Anedum, junior. And then number 30, Bailey Purdom, 15 points per game, Todd. That's the top 5 for them.
Well, you look at the starting lineups for both teams, Doug, and as I alluded to, the present is upon us, but the future is too for both of these two teams. Each squad will have just one senior, the respective starting 5 today, here for this quarterfinal matchup for the BOK Center.
Maddie Stewart, talked about her. Then now you have Alexis Leyva. Alexis, the daughter of Rabu Leyva, who was the head coach at Booker T, state championship there with the Lady Hornets. Been a part of Church on the Move and Lincoln Christian for many, many years. Has 3 daughters and a wonderful family. So good to see him with Coach Stewart. And then Logan Froese is also a longtime assistant, all-time leading scorer at Rogers State. She is, and just a role model for all the young female athletes at Lincoln Christian.
Let's take a look at the scores from earlier today in women's draw. It was Fort Gibson 57, Edmond Memorial 43. That's a shocker as 4A takes down 6A. Edmond Memorial never led in that game. In the other girls' game, Booker T. Washington over Hammond 67-45. What we saw, though, today was a very impressive performance from Henley West of Hammond, 24 points and 20 rebounds.
Talked to Coach Davis a little bit today via text back and forth. I said, Coach, give me something that your team likes to do. He says, we like to shoot that thing. So get ready for some 3 balls. And on the other side, Coach Stewart, I mentioned she's just excited to be here as Coach Leyva and his daughter hug. What an atmosphere for these young ladies. Maddie Stewart now in her 3rd appearance in the Tournament of Champions. And then Jayla Albert, number 25, had her coming out party last year, averaging close to 7, making big free throws down the stretch in several games, just with a big smile on her face. Kaylee Atkinson on the far side. And then also Audrey Hopkins, the Missouri State commit. So these girls are ready to roll. Quinton on the other side, right to left. Todd, it's an honor to work with you. Here
Likewise,
we go.
My friend.
All right, Alexis Leyva will handle out here on the right side. Down to the corner, Maddie Stewart looks in close. Albert on the inside, swings it across. Hopkins on the far side. And here we go. She penetrates. Drew a little contact. Bucket falls. 2 points for Hopkins. Right to left, here comes number 22. That is Purdom. Keep an eye on the Purdom sisters. Out front is Bailey, the spotlight young lady. She fires a three, no good. Maddie averages 3 rebounds a game offensively, 7.8.
Lincoln Christian controlling the glass going to be very, very key. Long shots lead to long rebounds, and the Bulldogs did a good job of that first miss, Doug, by boxing out.
Only loss in the Arkansas Tournament of Champions to Northside, Fort Smith. How about that? There's Albert over her right side. Bucket good. 4-0 lead for the Dogs, largest.
One thing you see is a height advantage early for Lincoln Christian. They're exploiting that. 2 shots at or near the rim.
Going to work the ball around out front for Quinton. They do not want to get in a running game, and that's what they're going to do. As Purdom pulls it out between the rings up top, looks inside. It's a 1-4 look. Turnover. Here we go. Alexis up ahead to Albert. Atkinson just that quick. 2 points for her. Atkinson averages 8 points a game.
It's one thing Quinton cannot do. They're a heavy underdog in this ball game. You have to protect the basketball. Lazy bounce passes are going to turn into just that, easy buckets.
Absolutely. So you'll have a big one coming up next with the Weatherford boys and the Dell Pirates. That's going to be a highlighted game for day one here for sure. Again, penetration. Purdom kicks it out. That's number 13. Needham fires a 3. Rebound comes down to King.
There's an example exactly what I was talking about. Long shot, long rebound.
Yeah, Needham just a little short on that. Felt the pressure defensively. Here is Stewart. Coast to coast. Fires it up. No good. She's going to be fouled by King, her first.
Well, Quinton's going to have to figure something out with head coach Brad Davis, how to slow down this penetration game from Lincoln Christian, because they have 3 field goals early, Doug. All of them have been either layups or shots inside 5 feet. And another example with the athleticism of Maddie Stewart getting to the rim and drawing the foul.
Coach King, or player King, Coach Davis. Davis in his 3rd year, 55-14. Here's an interesting fact. Maddie shoots 12 free throws a game. Just over 53%. If anything's weak in her game right now, it might be her free throws. As she misses 2. Goodness. I shouldn't have said that. Here we go. King. Up ahead. That's Daniels. And now we'll work up front with Purdom. That's the younger sister, the junior. She averages 13.8. Has a nice brace on her nose. Hope she didn't take an elbow in the driveway with the sister.
My money's on that happening.
I bet they had a heated game yesterday at Christmas. Out in the
I'm sure they did.
Weather, was in the 60s. Probably got out there and got after it. Slowing it down. Here's number 3, King. Cross court. Baseline Daniels. Nowhere to go. Great job by Alexis to cut her off. Purdom up top. Hopkins with the steal. Look out. Coast to coast. The Missouri State signee with the up and under. It is now 8-0, and that's the largest lead for the Bulldogs. That'll be a quick timeout. Is that a 32nd, my friend?
I don't want to belabor the point, but again, soft passes against this aggressive Lincoln Christian defense is not going to get it done. They've turned it over twice and directly 4 points off those turnovers for LCH.
So Stewart comes into the game needing 19 points for 1,000 points in her career. She's off to a good start with 2, so we'll keep a track of that. 17 to go. What an honor that'd be to get that milestone on this court in this facility, Todd.
It's very rare that this event invites teams 3 or 4 straight years. On our next game, Weatherford's been here 2 of the last 3. Dale's been here 3 straight years. Lincoln Christian making their 4th straight appearance. Well, they're one of the marquee names in high school girls basketball right now. That shows you the level of the respect for the committee to continue to invite them back year in year. And so far, they've lived up to the billing.
Yeah, you've got this prestigious tournament plus the Bertha Teague going on. Man, big-time basketball all over the state. Here's Leva, coach's daughter. Rabu. Alexis is getting looks from ORU, Abilene Christian, Tulsa. Here's Stewart, guarding number 22. That is a Purdom. Alexis. Turnover, another one. Alexis Leva, coast-to-coast bucket. Goodness, make it 10-0.
Again, this only helps Quinton, though. I think regardless of the outcome today, the next 2 days, iron sharpens iron. They're not going to see competition like this when they get into their own class.
Yeah, I remember last year when they came to Lincoln, Brad Davis was just very gracious with his time, as he was today, but just excited to have the opportunity to play and to come into a higher class environment.
Coach Davis squatted down, just kind of briefly looking to the floor and shaking his head. He knows his team has to play better to be competitive.
Sure. We'll get to some matchups here later. There's another 3 off the mark. That's number 13, Needham, up ahead, cross court. Albert loses it into the game as super freshman Nia Willoughby. How about this young lady averaging 5.7 off the bench? Brother plays football at OSU. 3-ball on the way, off the mark for the Savages. Albert tries to run it down. It looks like it's going to be off of Jayla King on the far side.
And, teams like Quinton that live on the three-point shot and die by it, Doug, they have a disadvantage in this cavernous facility.
Yeah.
In their small-town gyms, they don't have this much background behind the goals. So it's going to take them maybe even a game to fully get comfortable in this tight facility.
Into the game, number 4, Azara Woodruff for Lincoln. She's also a freshman. She averages 5.5, plays AAU ball for the Flight. She is something special, too. They just call her Z, Todd. 3-ball. Bang, bang for Alexis Leyva. 13-0. Quinton's got to get on the board to stop the bleeding here early in this first quarter, or this thing could get ugly. Right side, Purdle, spotlight player. Here comes Daniels, trying to turn the corner. Nothing there. Needham back up top to Daniels. Now they'll reset. Man-to-man for the Dogs. Nice crowd starting to fill in for this night session. 24 games right here at the BOK.
All 24 of them right here on Squirtle.
And now we'll spread it out. Nice look here for the Savages. Again, off the mark. That's Bailey Purdom. Rebound comes down. Lady Savages cross court. That's Purdom. Alexis turnover. Here goes Willoughby. Left to right. She's strong. She's a freshman. Savages did a great job getting back. That was number 3, King, with the tip to stop that layup. Right side, here goes number 22, and that's Purdom.
That's one of the very few opportunities Quinton's had in almost 5 minutes, Doug, of trying to even get close to the rim. Lincoln Christian's made them a spot-up jump shooting team.
Willoughby with the miss, her own rebound, and then Z tries to save it. It'll be off of Lincoln. Into the game will be senior Leslie Taylor. Back into the game is the coach's daughter, Maddie Stewart, needing 17 for 1K. Several substitutions here. We'll try to work through them for you. Number 15's into the game, Emma Floyd.
She's a senior, one of 3 seniors on the Quinton roster.
Again, slowing the pace down. That was interesting in the Tournament of Champions in Arkansas was the shot clock. And that thing came into play the last 2 trips of regulation.
How long is their shot clock?
24 seconds.
Whoa, that's quick. That is
Beg
really
your pardon,
quick.
30. I'm thinking NBA.
That's still pretty quick for high school basketball, especially when you don't see that every day.
Yeah, in fact, Melody worked on that. And, it came down to a couple possessions, and one where we needed a stop and also where Northside did. And they got theirs. Went to overtime, and they won by 2. Quinton comes in with a record of 7-2. Another turnover. Hopkins up and out. Z comes up with it over her left shoulder, fires it up. Going to be fouled. Quinton has wins on Preston, Wilburton, Rowland, Waweka, Marlowe, also Jones. They lost to Latta. They come in with a 2-game losing streak, also Kiowa.
Had a little bit of time to recharge the battery during the Christmas holidays, and now back at it. A tough opening assignment for the back half of the season here against 4A number 1 Lincoln Christian. That all that really has hurt, that has been void of this program has been gold balls. They have one, as you said, during this current 4-season run.
Yeah, and just Coach Stewart does such a great job. Here's another rebound for Maddie Z on the far side. Now we'll reset. Quinton trying to match up, and that's going to be tough. A little bit undersized to go against this Lincoln group. Taylor up top, one of 2 seniors. The other senior, Peyton Ray, she's the 3rd senior. She's got a knee injury right now, hoping to get back in the 2nd semester. Turnover by the freshman. Goodness, 2 Savages battle. That's number 0, Daniels, on the floor, as well as Purdom.
I'll say this, so the game still is certainly in jeopardy, just 14-0. There's still a long ways to go, but Quinton has to be frustrated on offense, but they've not let that frustration spill over on defense. I mean, they're playing hard, they're diving for loose basketballs, and if you're head coach Brad Davis, that's something you like to see.
Taylor up top. Here's Z, the freshman. Hopkins in the corner, thought about a 3. Z will shoot the 3. Right side off the mark. Rebound comes down to, that's number 0, Daniels.
Daniels did a great job cutting through the paint, getting the body on the shooter that time, and boxed it out and getting the rebound for Quinton.
Leyva back into the game. She leads the team in assist at 5.7.
Daniels was lacking size on that rebound attempt, but that goes to show you, young people, it doesn't matter the height difference. If you get a body on somebody and block out, they can't get the ball, and if they do, it's probably going to be a foul.
Yeah, it's effort. Definitely on the rebounding. Here we go. Trying to turn the corner. They want a foul, and they're going to get it. I don't blame them on that one. Foul's going to be on number 25, and that's Albert, sophomore.
Well, a crowd member behind us said call it on both ends. Well, I guess they have. That's team foul number 2 against Lincoln Christian. Quinton has 2 as well.
Even up. Sometimes you just don't see that if you're not looking at the board. Okay, up top, here's Daniels. Again, they like this spread offense and probably just trying to slow it down a little bit. Don't let it get crazy out of control. And now an offensive foul is going to be called. Foul's going to be on number 15, Floyd.
Lincoln Christian has completely taken the threat of a dribble drive away from Quinton. As I mentioned 2 possessions ago, they made him a spot-up team, and thus they've shut him out now for 7 minutes.
Lincoln started the season in your stomping grounds, my friend. OBU played Riverside. I got to call a game in your facility. You do the basketball and football, and what else do you do at OBU?
Baseball and softball.
Golly, so you are the voice. So it is an honor here. And that's a lovely facility. Maddie off the mark on the 3. Rebound's going to come down. It looks like a travel. It's going to be on number 3, and that's going to be King.
What's your thoughts on Riverside? You know, they're in the same classification as Dale, which I cover as well, but they did not see them. A lot of people thought that was going to be a state championship matchup a year ago.
Yeah, I like both of their programs. Again, the girls just tried to run with Lincoln. That game ended up, my goodness, it was 94-55. And then on the flip side, the boys' game was a 7-point game, and they've got some nice pieces for sure. Lincoln tried to pull away at times and just couldn't do it. But, yeah, they're going to be okay, my friend. So Maddie now needs 14. We'll keep an eye on that. Way downtown for Birdham off the front of the iron. And again, you talked about it in this huge environment. That might have just been a little deep for her. Hopkins with the left hand with the sweet kiss off the glass.
None of these schools play in a facility like this, but you can bet a Class A school has never seen a venue like this, maybe with the exception of the State Fairgrounds Arena. It is difficult for long-distance shooters.
Yes, it is. They do have the covering, if you will, over the top 300 section, the black drapes. Makes it look a little more like a bowl in here. Cross court, diagonal pass, Hopkins down to 7 seconds. Into Stewart, she got it. Give it to her. No time for a last shot for the Savages, and that'll do it. It is 21-0 all Lincoln in this first quarter. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle TV. We'll take a quick timeout.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods. It's time for a fresh approach. CLA delivers data-driven solutions tailored for every growth stage, boosting your farm's ROI. Ready to get started? Call 833-CLA-SOIL or visit correctionlineag.com. Smarter farming starts here.
For more than a century, you have made St. Mary's your healthcare choice. It might be our dedication, compassion, and skill, or the personalized patient experience. Perhaps it is our award-winning, high-quality care. Whatever your reason, you trust St. Mary's will offer advanced technology and comprehensive care close to home. Learn more about our services at stmarysregional.com. For more than a century, you...
After 8 minutes, Lincoln Christian, you see on your screen, dominating Quinton 21-0. The numbers as bad on the score sheet. Lincoln 9 of 16 shooting. That's 56%. Quinton 0 of 8. They've only taken 2 shots inside the arc. They're 0 of 6 from long distance. 9 turnovers for the Savages, 1 for Lincoln Christian. Points in the paint, 16-0. We've talked about that. Points off turnovers, 12-0, Doug, in favor of the Bulldogs.
Wow. Talked about Maddie Stewart needing 19 coming in. She's got 5, 14 to go. We'll keep an eye on that. What an honor that would be if she can do it on this floor. Dogs have been in this tournament 4 years in a row and have been to the finals. The previous 3 won it 2 years ago against Bixby. They are used to this environment. In fact, Coach Stewart said the fans have really started making this a holiday tradition. I'm not sure how many more years you'll get invited back, but my daughter's a 7th grader. I said, can we get 5 more out of this
I
thing?
would say they're going to be back at least another year or two by the looks of the roster.
Yeah, they are young.
I mean, you've got your best player, Maddie Stewart, coming back. She's one of the best in the state, so they're going to showcase her again as a senior, I think.
Yeah. Some great quality teams. We'll talk about them as we go throughout this broadcast in this tournament, both boys side and girls. And here's Hopkins up ahead to Atkinson. Thought about a 3.
Quinton now has 10 turnovers, 2 more than they have field goal attempts, so we played almost 9 minutes this ball game.
Goodness. Albert working inside. There's Stewart, flashes. How about that? Nice cut by Leva. Stewart with the assist. Leva right there, number 20.
Here's an impressive stat, too, Doug. Sharing is carrying. That's the theme during the holidays. 10 made baskets. They've assisted. They beat Lincoln Christian on 60% of those.
Wow. 23 is the largest lead so far. Quinton's just got to find a way. Here's a box look on this inbounds. Inbound it is Bailey Purdom. Averages 15. She's going to have to get going. Up ahead, finds a girl. That is Daniels. No good off the back glass hard. Here's Maddie. Far side, in front of the high dollar seats, if you will, down on the floor. Hopkins thought about a 3. Zone look here for the Savages. Hopkins elbow. Off the mark. Rebound's going to come down to Needham, number 13, and here she comes.
That's Audrey's only second miss in 5 field goal attempts. She led Lincoln Christian with 6 points in the first period. Stewart, Leva, and Atkinson each had 5.
How about this? Here come the super freshman. Purdom, long. Albert, rebound up ahead. Stewart pulls up, hesitates, down the lane, fires it up, bucket. Now she needs 10, and Coach Davis needs a full timeout. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on Squirtle TV. We'll be right back after this full timeout.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management, is a reflection on our commitment to our clients, each other, and the growth we hope to achieve. As friends for multiple years, we operate like a tight-knit family where harmony and collaboration thrive. Our dedicated team of financial professionals complement each other, drawing on decades of shared experience. With a keen eye for detail, we understand each other's strengths, allowing us to deliver quality service. Our camaraderie extends beyond the workplace. We connect as friends, checking in over the weekends to stay connected. Our bond transcends the typical 9-to-5 workday, reflecting our commitment to genuine relationships. To become a client today, call us at 405-252-5925. Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management.
Okay, we're back. Bulldogs in total control, 25-0. Want to give a shout out to our producer, the lovely Mallory Reams, sitting to the right of us. And listen, she makes us look a lot better, my friend.
Well, she certainly does. She makes Squirtle look a lot better, too.
These two guys have what you would call a slick look, shiny.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Hair Club for Men.
Yeah. Purdom off the mark. She's got to get going. Battle in there. Great effort by number 3, King, to save it. They talked about her. She does it all for them. Coach Davis said she'll do whatever it takes. Up ahead, Atkinson looks across court at Z, not there. Now back up top. This is Stewart. Z, the freshman, will set. Hopkins on the far side. Nia working the high-low inside with Stewart. Tried to get it to her turnover, and here we go the other way. Daniels. Cross court. She looked at number 3, King. It wasn't there. They're playing smart. They just are run into a buzzsaw, and there it is. Purdom, 3 ball.
5:28 to go, first half. First points for Quinton.
Wow, she needed that. That's their spotlight player, and she got it. 3 ball, deep. Willoughby inside, left side, throws it up with the right hand. No good. Rebound on the far side. That's Purdom. Alexis up ahead. She found her. That's Daniels. Corner. Get in. A little momentum would help, but how about that hustle, Todd?
You know, sometimes if you're a shooter and you finally see 1 or 2 shots go in through the basket, that not only helps you, but perhaps helps your teammates a little bit as well. So let's see if they can get a little bit of spark with that first made try.
Speaking of all the things you do. You also call minor league or mid-major softball. Talk to me about that real quick.
The Oklahoma City Spark?
Yes.
Major league softball.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
that's big time.
An OU alumni team, I'll tell you, and they're fun to watch.
How fun is that? I knew it was the Sparks. Where do they play at, Todd?
Hall of Fame Stadium.
Hall of Fame. Wow. Yeah. How cool is that?
Devon Park.
Yes.
I still call it Hall of Fame
I
Stadium,
hear you.
but it's Devon Park.
I knew exactly what you were saying. So here we go up top. This will be King to reset this. Z on her. 4:12 to go, halfway point, and they're going to call a 5-second call. Great defense.
You know, I was just looking at Lincoln Christian's schedule, and when you're among the elite in your class, sometimes it's difficult to get games that will challenge you. The last 3 games for head coach Melody Stewart have been challenges. You talk about the overtime loss in Arkansas. You also talk about an 11-point win over a fellow 4A top 5 school in Glenpool.
Yep.
And then they were really pushed by a tradition-rich 6A school in Edmond North before winning 40-29.
Yeah, tradition-rich as in they've been in the finals. I think they've won it 2 of the last 3 years, and just really fun to watch in the Memorial Holiday Classic, Veterans Memorial Holiday Classic.
Well, I watched a period and a half, and I can't imagine there's many, if anybody, better than Lincoln Christian's girls in the state.
That was fun. So Coach Stewart has been so close. She's got 2 state runner-ups. Make that 3, 1 at Bixby as well.
And when I say that, I'm not talking just about 4A. I'm talking about 6A all the way down.
Yes, and that's what you see in this tournament. You've got Broken Arrow as well coming in with the Mathern girl that is big time. In fact, Maddie and her play together. There's a foul on, it looks like, is that another offensive? No, that's on Naya. She'll be coming in. That'll be featured later this evening, and we'll talk about that as we go.
Boys finals today. Booker T. Washington pulls away from OK in the second half, 72-51. That was a 3-point game in the third period. Millwood trailed by 8 in the fourth period. The Falcons come back to beat 4A number 2 Crossings Christian 63-58.
Crossings is a team that's been here numerous times, as we've talked about. Just you talk about teams that are getting a lot of time at the TOC. There's going to be a foul on Lincoln. This next game, Todd, you're going to be the man. I'm going to follow your lead, and I'm just going to try to do what you do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Weatherford's going to be a huge challenge for Dale. Their size is unbelievable. But I think a lot of people have maybe wrote the obituary a little too soon for Dale Pirate basketball after they lost State and Forsyth last year. This team is still very, very good.
They're just 102-4, I think, in the last 3.5 years.
You're right.
My research proves me right.
3 straight state titles.
Yeah. 3 straight titles, 102-4, gang. Gee, money. So, again, Broken Arrow, Glenpool. You mentioned Glenpool. We got to see them at Lincoln the other night. They've got some nice players, Yaya and Aliyah Shawnee, 2 of the premier players that you will see for Glenpool. And we know Broken Arrow has 5 girls that are already going to play at the next level. There's a turnover on Leslie. Of course, the winner of this would get Fort Gibson tomorrow at 7 p.m., and then Booker T is already advanced, so that leaves the nightcap here at 7 o'clock, Glenpool and Broken Arrow.
I want to tell you, Quinton, who, let's be honest, everybody thought would lose this game, probably didn't expect to be seeing Edmond Memorial tomorrow at noon of the consolation semis.
Yeah, welcome to the TOC, right? That shot off the mark. Albert with the rebound. Defensive play. How about that? Great job by the girl they talk about, number 3, King. Does it all, and that time she got on the floor and almost got a steal and a quick bucket. But here we go the other way. Alexis Leva up top, Z, Stewart, Albert, and Leslie. High post, kicks it out. Leslie thought about a 3, not there. The zone still for Quinton, just trying to slow this train down. Albert, her aunt is the assistant coach to Coach Stewart, Logan Froese. Logan, the all-time leading scorer at RSU, and Leva, bang, bang, Bulldog money ball for that young lady.
My goodness, what patience on that possession. I mean, they worked it inside out, worked it around the perimeter, and then got the square up open 3 left wing.
Purdom trying to turn the quarter. Here comes Hopkins. They just keep coming at you. She's playing 8 here tonight. Or late afternoon, whatever you want to call it, early evening. Coach King to reset. He's just sitting there going, goodness gracious. They might be better than they were last year, and I believe so. Up top, this is number 22, Alexis Purdom. Daniels on the far side. Here's a 3 ball. Sister. That's pretty cool when you got two daughters playing here. You got the Sage boys coming up next, the 6'7" kids from Weatherford.
Yeah, one's going to Drake, the other one's going to Pitt State.
And then they've got the young man going to OU to play football, so they've got some cash.
And basketball.
Yeah. Doesn't count against their scholarship totals. I read that today. We're under a minute here. Taylor, 3-ball, no good. Rebound comes down to number 10, Miles. Here we go, up ahead. Purdle, far side. Alexis. Albert on her, pulls up.
I think Quinton has actually settled in here in the second period. The problem is they still cannot get shots to drop.
Yeah, they are getting some looks. You are correct. And again, you talked about it. Other than maybe playing in the fairgrounds, this is the largest arena they've probably ever played in. Your Class A arenas are usually not that big. There are nice ones out there.
Lincoln Christian led 21-0 and then a 1. They've only scored, 7 points?
7-5 since the initial 21-0.
I want to say Quinton has settled in a little bit more, but you got to make shots.
Here is Hopkins, under 20 seconds. Into Hopkins, over her right shoulder, sweet left hand, no good. Rebound comes down to Purdle. Alexis up ahead. 8 seconds to go. Pulls up. King, Purdle, left side, throws it up. Got it. She now has 5. That cuts it to 28-7, which was the original 21-0 lead. So we'll take a quick timeout. There's the follow. That's sweet. You're watching the 59th Tournament of Champions on Squirtle TV, sponsored by Quick Trip. I'm Doug Nelson, and Todd Miller will be back with some halftime numbers.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about.
For decades, Career Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Oklahoma Career Tech.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
In our business and at our firm, it's all about preparation, preparation, preparation. We are advocates for our client. We speak for them. So as a part of that advocacy, it involves hiring the best experts. It's doing the legal research. It's doing the medical research. That is advocacy behind the scenes. It's not just the bells and whistles in front of the jury.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkunpregnant.org. That's thinkunpregnant.org.
Looking to jumpstart your career affordably? Tri-County Tech is the place. Our award-winning school, powered by OK Career Tech, offers top-notch instructors and job placement support to help you secure your dream job. Join the workforce sooner with our programs, especially in high-demand fields like construction and healthcare. We provide quick and easy in-house financial assistance for most programs. With our new flexible year-round schedule for working adults, you can achieve your goals at your own pace. Classes start soon, so visit tricountytech.edu/adult and start your journey today.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Brahms is bringing the heat. Introducing Brahms' new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Brahms' crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Brahms sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection, because nothing is better than Brahms. Brahms is bringing the heat.
Okay, welcome back to the 59th Annual Tournament of Champions here at the BOK. Lincoln Christian cruising in this one. It's 28-7, although that last quarter was 7-7. Lincoln jumped out to the 21-0 lead. Leading the way for the Bulldogs is Alexis Leyva. She's got 10 points. Maddie Stewart, the coach's daughter, has 7, and then Audrey Hopkins has 6. Her father's the head boys coach at Lincoln Christian. They have a total of 28 points, 2 from Atkinson, 2 from Albert, and 1 from Z. On the flip side, leading the way is the young lady they spotlight, Bailey Purdom, has all 7 points And they are just really struggling from the field. 1 for 12 from three-point range, 3 for 17 from two-point range. And they do have 16 rebounds. The thing that's standing out, they do lead the rebound 16 to 14. 14 turnovers for Quinton to only 3 for Lincoln Christian.
Here's an interesting statistic. 35 first-half points scored between the two schools, 34 of those by the starters. The freshman sensation Woodruff, the only player off the bench that has scored, and she has one.
Yeah, you talked about this offense for Lincoln Christian. You know, we highlighted Stewart, and now you're seeing Hopkins and then also Leyva step up with 16 points combined. But, you know, offensively, they're just so organized, and they're not in a hurry, and they run when they need to run, and they will spread it out and slow it down when they need to do that also. Quinton, you talked about it. They're getting some shots off. It's just they're not falling for them at this point. But
I think it's fair to say Quinton is a whole lot better than they've showed us here in the first 16 minutes. But Lincoln Christian is just that much better, I think, and they're a problem for really about anybody in any class in the state of Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the girls' bracket. As Doug told you earlier, 2 of the 4 games, with the exclusion of this one, have gone final. Booker T, of course, was a winner today as they knocked off Hammond despite a 24-point, 20-rebound double-double from Henley West. And Fort Gibson led the entire 32-minute stunning Edmond Memorial, 57-43. 19 from Addie Whiteley led the way in that victory. Amelia Price had 14, and Lady Stanley had 12 in a winning effort for Fort Gibson, 11 each from Kirk and Helmstead for Edmond Memorial.
You talked about it. This tournament brings out the very best in all classes and all the way from 6A all the way to Class B. Hammond, you get to see the very best in the state of Oklahoma, and Mick Wilson does a great job of every year with his committee figuring out who will represent the state the best and make this tournament as interesting as they can.
Top half of the bracket, Booker T. Washington plays in the semifinals at 4 tomorrow. They will face either Broken Arrow or Glenpool. The loser of that game will face Hammond at 9 in the morning. Lincoln Christian Quinton, winner-loser, plays at noon or 7 tomorrow against Edmond Memorial in the consolation bracket. Fort Gibson on the winner's bracket side.
Yeah, number 3 and 4A. So if it proves to be Lincoln and Fort Gibson, that's a 1-3 matchup in your semis right here at the BOK. And turnover, and again, King, the young lady that Coach Davis talked about, on the floor.
I love their hustle. I mean, they got hit with a right cross right out of the chute, 21 points, didn't score the first period, and yet they've dove for loose basketballs. They've hustled after long misses off three-point shots. I'm telling you, this is a team that's going to be a factor in their class going into March.
Absolutely. Been to the state tournament the last 2 years. Went to the semifinals last year. They fell victim to Sealing, who went on to win it the last 2 years and 7 of the last 9. And Quinton looks to be back again. Turnover there for them. That's their 15th to 4 for Lincoln. Here's Stewart. Leyva up top. Coach Davis wanting something defensively. They've scouted this out. They knew what was coming. Here's Albert. Elbow. Got it. Goodness. Just that easy. Turns and knocks it down.
You know, the great thing about this tournament and really holiday classics in general is that not only do you see the Quintons of the world that a lot of these larger schools know nothing about, but you see players like Henley West, who may be the best post player in this entire field with 24 points, 20 rebounds today.
Speaking of great player, Hopkins right there averages 9.5. Now she has 9 with that big 3. She'll attend Missouri State next year. Love the campus, but also love the training facility of and how they take care of their athletes. That was a big thing that stood out. Here's a foul on number 22, Alexis Purtle.
Missouri State has basketball tradition. They had the girl from Kansas that went up there when they were Southwest Missouri State, and were a perennial NCAA tournament team for a long, long time. So perhaps she can get the Bears turned back in the right direction.
How about this? Coach Stewart played with the great Jackie Stiles, and
That's
team
who I'm
that
talking
went
about.
to the Final Four, and I believe it was 04.
Yep. Jackie Stiles is exactly who I'm thinking of.
She told the story the other day. She had broken her right hand, and so she started working with her left hand, and after 2 weeks, talked the doctors into putting a soft cast on that right hand so she could play. She scored 30 with her left.
Unbelievable. Speaking of a left hand.
Yeah, there you go, Stewart. Needs 12 to reach 1,000. We'll see if she can get a couple right here. Averages 12 trips to the line throughout the year.
About the only thing Lincoln Christian did not do good in the first two periods was shoot free throws. And Maddie Stewart, as you mentioned, maybe could work on that area of her game. One of the few holes she has was 0 for 2, but she pays off the first.
That makes it 34-7. So here we go the other way. 35-7. Purdom, Alexis, rocking the ever-popular nose guard. You ever wore one of those playing? I did.
No, I can't imagine.
Oh, it's terrible. You break your nose, and there you go, a little face guard. Far side, 3-ball. Got it. That's her. Bailey Purdom from her sister, assist.
Last two periods, it's a 14-10 Bulldog advantage. You take away that first period, it's been kind of back and forth.
Purdom now has 10. Averages 15. There's a turnover. Great job by Daniels to come up with it. Alexis down the left side, stops. Up top, back across. Daniels resets it. Needham thought about a three and said, no, I'm just going to redo this right here. Not in a hurry. Again, you just want to play well in the second half. The comeback would be great, but a little momentum going into a 6A battle tomorrow with Edmond Memorial. Goodness.
Make shots, anything could happen.
Yes, sir. As the Fort Gibson team found out today with a big win early in that 9 o'clock game.
This is the longest offensive set that Quinton has run in this ball game, and it resulted in a layup, but unfortunately it was blocked.
Yeah, Stewart with the block up ahead. Atkinson misses it. Going to call a foul over the back. Stewart averages 3 offensive boards a game. Probably the hardest working girl I've ever seen on the boards.
Well, that was exemplified right there. She gets a block on one end and then sprints down on a layup attempt by her teammate who missed the layup. She goes over the top to have a chance at an offensive rebound.
Yeah. Z up top on Daniels. Hopkins on the far side on King. Man-to-man for the Lady Bulldogs. They'll reset with a elbow look here. Guards down in the corners. Naya, the freshman, on Alexis. Purdom, that is. Turnover. Alexis Leyva comes up with it up ahead. Here she goes. Left hand. A little strong. Will it be there to rebound? Looks like it.
You know why it was strong? Because Malia Needham, who turned it over on one end, busted her tail, got back, and challenged the layup at the other end. I love this hustle from the Quinton Lady Savages.
Yes, sir. Box look. Goodness. It's just too easy. Inbound, Hopkins, bucket. Nothing fancy on the inbounds. Hopkins now at 11. Purdom up ahead. Very patient on offense. The Lady Savages right here. King. She probably leads the team in floor burners. I remember one time Roy Williams talking about floor burners, and that young lady, I guarantee it, gets on the floor than anybody for this Quinton team. Ranked number 3 in Class A. Alexis up top. Back to Daniels. Stewart to check back in for the Dogs. Very patient offensively. Down the lane goes Daniels. Strong. Rebound Z. Here we go. Right to left. Z thinking coast to coast. Turnover. Purdom was right there. It'll stay with the Dogs. Leslie Taylor back into the game as well, a senior. Leyva to set. And Albert. Timeout. Brad Davis. Looks like it's going to be a full. You're watching the 59th Tournament of Champions on Squirtle TV. We'll take it with them.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round. The proof starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round. The proof starts here.
Welcome back here courtside to the BOK Center, the 59th annual playing of the Tournament of Champions, fueled by Quick Trip and powered by Squirtle. For those of you not familiar with Class A girls basketball, of course, Sealing, and they're playing to the birth of Frank Teague this weekend against Anadarko in a first-round matchup. Sealing is ranked number 1 of the class. Caddo, Quinton, Red Oak, Surreal, the top 5, Canute, Ampo, Allen, Ripley, and Wellston, the top 10. So those are some of the challengers for Quinton on down the line.
Yeah, there is a strong freshman turning over her left shoulder. Volleyball player as well as a discus thrower. I get to coach her in discus, believe it or not. She's a stud.
Is there anything you don't do at Lincoln Christian?
Oh, man, I've been there.
You helped hire Melody.
Yes, sir.
You do the play-by-play.
Yes, sir.
You've coached. You've been at AD. Now you're a discus coach.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that you were the sprinters coach.
No. I don't. Throwers is more of my gig. But yeah, this is the best gig I've ever had. Is working right here on the Tournament of Champions, getting to call games. But here's Stewart, strong, too strong. Naya up, back in. It's been a great run for my family there, and just love doing the play-by-play and getting to work with some great people. Quinton back to work right here on the offensive end. Up top, this is number 13. That is Needham. Needham just slowing things down. Purdle, King, baseline. Taylor cuts her off, out to Daniels. 3-ball on the way, off the mark. Rebound comes down to the senior. Taylor. Here's Maddie up ahead. Z. Oh, there's a collision between Z and Daniels. Goodness, that hurts.
Daniels was kind of like a defensive back in football that got there just a split second too early, banged in to the intended target. That's going to cost her a foul. It'll also be team foul number 2 here with a period against the Lady Savages.
The first-round matchups are always really interesting in this tournament. This next one, it's a big-time first-round matchup for sure. Weatherford and Dell. Turnover, Maddie. Here we go. Right side. That's King. Hesitates. Maddie paddles in there, and then Z fouls her.
I'm not certain that next game is not the most anticipated first-round boys matchup here at the 2024 Tournament of Champions. You have the 3-time defending top-ranked team in 2A against a Weatherford team that has been really good over the last 3 years, and they're finally trying to get over that hump this year and defeat Oklahoma City Douglas.
Douglas, yes. They've lost to them 2 years in a row, and, man, they've got some cats. So does Dell, tradition. I was watching some of your games. What a cool environment Dell is, that facility.
Yeah, they love their basketball there.
You know what else? They love their baseball, their softball. They love everything. 46 state championship.
Yeah, as I was telling you, the girls won the fast pitch softball with a record of 41-1. Boys were runner-up in fall baseball and probably going to win both the gold balls in Class 2A this year.
Well, this is an opportunity for me to brag on Lincoln. Cross-country state champions, boys and girls, as I brag on Naya right there with the layup. Football got it done as well. Cheer got it done. Cheerleading. We won it in 2011, and then they found another way to get one.
That's become very, very competitive in the state.
Yeah.
Very competitive. Back on Willoughby, she just does not look, nor does she conduct herself like a freshman out there on the floor.
Her parents both played at Howard. Track stars, football stars. Mom played basketball as well.
She run track?
Naya, yes. Naya throws the discus and shot put, and look out for she's pretty strong.
Yeah, despite the coaching.
Yes, despite. Yeah, I just drive the bus. I just get them where they're supposed to be.
Sometimes that's all you have to do, Doug, is just get them there.
Yes, sir. You are correct. I've got 2 that were state runner-ups last year, so I'm pretty proud of those kids, but it's going to be a fun year. Wow. Right side, King went. Albert came across might have got a piece of it. Here is Taylor up ahead to Leva. 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. There is a bucket right there. Ivy Wheeler. Nice job by that young lady. Played just a little bit in the second quarter, and here she is scoring at the BOK. That's always an honor. So we'll settle it right here. Purdom up top. Getting close to just a minute left in the third. Cross court, King thought about it. Albert on her, kicks it out. Purdom, 3-ball. Off the mark, back left iron. Great hustle by Taylor, the senior, as well as King. That young lady, I really like her. Talking to Coach Davis today, he said, yeah, keep an eye on her. She's going to do it all. Isn't it amazing how coaches know about their players?
They do, don't they? contrary to what some people believe.
Yes. Elevator look here for Purdom. Back door on the backside. Daniels up top, Purdom on the bottom end. Another foul. That's going to be on number 10, Leslie.
Hey, you were talking about Weatherford and having the Douglas problem. Well, Lincoln has had the Bethany problem,
Yes.
but I saw a little bit of Bethany earlier this year. I think they're not the same program. They're still very good, but not the same team they've been the last couple of years.
Yeah, lost one girl to grind prep. A couple of graduations. At one time, they had 6 6-footers on that team.
Yeah. They're still going to be really, really good, but looks like to me, having seen both Lincoln and Bethany, that Lincoln Christian is clearly the favorite in 4A.
Yeah. How about Bethany's coming to the Winter Classic at Lincoln?
Really?
Yes, sir. Got some great teams in there. Edison, Lincoln, Owasso girls, Ponca City girls, Sapulpa girls. There's a few names just to throw out. Fort Gibson girls are not coming. Their boys are. On the flip side, as we're under 30 seconds, Taylor, 3-ball. Why not? Got it. Senior gets one in the BOK. Good for her. Here's Purdom thinking about a 3 going this way. Spotlight player for the Savages. Up top, Daniels. Needham, guarded by Willoughby. 10 seconds to go in this one. Turns it over, going down the lane. Ball's getting kicked around. Daniels comes up with it. 5 seconds. Left side. Throws it up. Strong. Willoughby. Just going to hold it, and that'll do it for the third quarter. 46-13. We'll be right back after this quick timeout.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
As you travel down the road to the Gold Ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid. As you travel down the road to the Gold Ball.
Okay, welcome back to the Tournament of Champions, the 59th annual Tournament of Champions, and what has been a game that's been all Lincoln. Jumped out to a 21-0 lead. Todd, what are you seeing defensively?
Here's how good Lincoln Christian has been today. Quinton has not scored fewer than 48 points or 42 points in a ball game. They've scored 89, 94, 60. Among their 68 points this year against Preston. So they can really fill up the basket, but today has not been their day, and I think the Bulldogs have had a lot to do with that.
You know, what would be cool is if somehow Dell finds a way to beat Weatherford or whatever happens there, and Lincoln finishes this off, you and I get a back-to-back again tomorrow night.
You sure you want some more of this help?
Yes,
that I'm
I
offering?
do.
Wow.
Hey, listen, folks, if you want a treat, tune into this next one because this man can go. I was just in awe last year. Mark Rogers, I was a little fanboy there, but yeah, you're the man, Todd. And I'm not just saying that. You can go. In fact, you're like a thoroughbred. I'm having to hold you back right now. You're wanting to go, and you're letting me do this.
It is really, really hard for me.
I know, and I appreciate your patience.
No, this is your game. I mean,
you've been doing it 35. I've been doing it 5.
38.
38.
Yeah.
See,
Come
I
on.
messed up on the stats.
Let me tell you, that's another 21 years in radio
yes, it
broadcasters'
is.
lives. We
Yeah.
age like dogs.
Listen, 2020 was my first year to do this at a Beggs Lincoln Christian football game. They were ranked number 1. We were ranked number 1. We were coming off that terrible time when everything was kind of shut down, and woo, it was hot.
But see, you don't understand. You've actually been doing this 32 years in broadcasting.
Yeah, broadcasting years.
I'm telling you, they're like dog years. 1 year is worth 7.
There you go.
And if you're not in the right situation, it could be more.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. I've known some people that have allowed me to kind of dance here. Adam Dieselhorst, for one, and just really enjoying some great opportunities. It's a dream come true. I mean, you don't, if you're still dreaming at 56, that's a good thing, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, here we go. Back to work for Purdom. She has dreams of hitting another 3. She's going to do great things this year, and Taylor comes up with a steal. Right to left, she hesitates, might have traveled, throws it up, no good. Maddie battling. Z battles, and she might have got fouled. That ball goes out of bounds.
Again, I don't want to belabor the point, but I'm going to. They turn it over, and they sprint back the other way. She may have traveled because of the pressure that time from Aaliyah Daniels.
Well,
I mean, a lot of teams that are down 48-13 in the fourth quarter are just going to play out the string. This Quinton team is not. That's a credit to Brad Davis.
I agree. I was impressed with them last year. When they came to Lincoln, I got to talk to him for about 30 minutes before the game, and, man, just really impressive. And he's been very gracious with stats and information. I just told him, I said, hey, we want to celebrate you, your town, your community, your team, and just a great guy.
Well, he's got a team to be proud of, and his team or his community has a team that they can be proud of as well. They're going to win a lot of basketball games this year in Class A.
Grew up in Quinton, so he went home. They say you can't go home. Well, he did. Played college basketball in SU. Here's Ivy, left side, hesitates. It's going to be off of number 20. That's going to be Shayla Black into the game. Atkinson, and then also number 1 for Lincoln.
Colston.
Yes, and then also Lauren Still.
Again, they've slowed down the points off turnovers by getting back. They didn't always do that well in the first period. They did again there and forced Lincoln Christian to inbound.
I saw Atkinson kind of slip right there. I know you've noticed a couple drips on your left shoulder. I noticed them early when I got here. They've had to wipe a couple spots, but this weather for the last 4 days is like you're living in Europe or somewhere over where they play soccer, right?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to see the sun. If we're not going to get the precipitation we need, let's just have the sun.
Exactly. It's just this gross mist. Somebody asked what the weather's like. You said gross, and I agree. Purdom kicks it out. That's Needham. So 3 in a row here. If Quinton ends up losing this one, they've had a tough run right here after starting 7-0. They've run into a buzzsaw, and then they're going to run into another one tomorrow with a 6A program that I promise you doesn't like to be on the other side of this bracket. Now you're getting some young players into the game for Lincoln. This is number 12, Miss Brianna Spratt.
I can tell you this, what doesn't kill you only makes you better, and this is not killing Quinton. This is going to make them better. These small schools, not many people think much of them when they come here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have breakout runs. We saw Dale 2 years ago come out of nowhere, or somewhat out of nowhere, according to a lot of people, and with the Tournament of Champions. But they get better. And as I said earlier, Quinton's not going to face a team like Lincoln Christian going forward.
No, the next 2 here, with Edmond Memorial tomorrow. Oh, my goodness, there it is for Daniels. She'll take it. She averages 8.2. She's got a 3-ball off the glass. There it is. Bank is open.
She's playing horse with you, though. She has to call that or it doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hardcore. I think bank threes ought to be 1.5. If that'll work.
That's great.
I've said it all along. I just drives me insane. Unless it's, my daughter or our team. And, of course, they're full credit, right?
That's right. No, they're worth 1.5 times as much because of skill. And you're
4.5. Thought about another one. Why not? Here we go. Far side. Getting some young girls in here still. Leah Moore wears number 22. Spratt up top. In fact, all of these girls, this is great moments for them getting to play on this floor in this giant arena.
And in this event.
Yeah. Atkinson misses the 3. Rebound by the freshman Z, and she's fouled. That young lady runs track as well, and she can go.
How's Lincoln's boys going to be?
They're going to be nice. They are currently ranked number 5 in 3A. Our girls are in 4A. Kind of crazy how that works, but that's how it is. But they're off to a great start. 7-2. They got a win over McLean in the Veterans Memorial Arena Classic, I believe is what they call that thing. And that's a cool atmosphere as well at Tulsa Memorial. Nice arena. Girls played on Friday night against Edmond North, and then the boys played McLean the next day. Also, boys went to Bixby in their tournament, and then down to Duncan, lost to Putnam City in the finals at Duncan in the Southern Invitational. 3-ball, a little strong for number 20, and that's Black. Rebound comes Still. Spratt on the left side, corner. Turnover, here we go. Black with it, coast to coast. She's going to have 2 if all goes well, and it does. More to handle. There's Naya. Got several freshmen in here now. Moore is a freshman as well. Naya at the high post. Turns down the right side. So strong. Got it.
That was defended pretty well.
Yeah.
You're right. So strong. She just muscled that one up.
3-ball. Off the mark. Naya coast to coast. Why not? Back to work for Lincoln. Moore on the wing. Black's on her. Number 33 is into the game for Marina. That is for the Savages. Here's Still. Kicks it out. Moore. 3-ball. In, out, in. Give it to her. That's one you'll remember the rest of your life. I remember my daughter hit a couple free throws in this arena. I said, well, you've done something I've never done. What's that? I said, you scored in the BOK. Wow. Black with the 3-ball. Deep. Under 2 to go.
I'm not certain when we were able to be eligible to play in this event, there was anything but a grass surface here with the BOK Center. Yeah, dirt.
Dirt. And, we probably played on dirt. I did anyway, but how about the
not anymore. They've got them a nice artificial surface field at Pond Creek now.
Yes. True 8-man field, to be honest with you. How about this? The tournament's been at ORU. They've also been at on the Tulsa Fairgrounds and in that venue over there, which is pretty cool. Can you think of any other? I mean, obviously Tulsa Memorial. Maybe you've got it right here. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I thought maybe you'd have these off.
Don't give away my secrets.
Off the top of your head.
They played at the Fairgrounds, the Maybe Center. They've played at the BOK Center. Let's go back a little further. Maybe Center.
Tony's thinking too over here on our left side.
They played at Memorial.
Yes. Got to play in that arena this last weekend and Still off the glass with the bucket. Good job for that young lady.
It was at Memorial
for a long time.
And then they started using the Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Then they brought in the Maybe Center.
Okay.
Back to the Fairgrounds and now here to the BOK Center.
Bang. How about that? Number 1, Colston. 3-ball for her, senior. That's a big moment. 58-24. This has all been Lincoln's game since the get-go. 21-0 lead.
By the way, don't tell people I'm looking things up. People always are amazed about it. No, I said, we don't know anything. It's written down in front of us.
Exactly. I love watching you work, man. You keep stats and numbers, and you've got things written on the columns, and it's amazing to watch. 3-ball. How about this? Purdom. That's the spotlight player. Keep an eye on her. You'll see her right there. Is a great replay. You'll see her in the state tournament coming up in a month or two. Still 3 for Lauren Still. Man, all of a sudden, Todd, everything's falling. Down to 8.
A lot of underclassmen playing well right now for the Bulldogs.
Getting a great look right here. Coach Stewart got them in. Now she'll slow them down. That whistle you heard, that controls the locomotive that is Lincoln Christian Lady Bulldogs right now. And they're going to come out of here with a win and move on to the finals against Fort Gibson. That game will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'm going to let you prep for this next one. Well, you're already prepped, but Todd, I appreciate your help as my number 1 color guy there, and appreciate everybody watching
please
this one.
don't insult anybody that's ever done color with you by calling me your number 1 color guy.
Number 1 today, for sure, and my only one. So that'll do it for this game. Come right back, folks. Tune back in. You're going to see a great one with the Weatherford Eagles and the Dell Pirates. Something's got to give between those two great programs. My name's Doug Nelson, and my friend Todd Miller and Mallory producing. We'll talk to you soon. This is signing off for this game from the BOK on Squirtle TV.